Hello, it's Miss Moorfield, and tonight we're going to keep talking about our pie charts that we were working on in class, but the ones we were working on in class dealt with either whole numbers or fractions within our pie chart. So this one should look familiar. If I surveyed 200 students about their favorite sport, 70 picked swimming, 60 picked baseball, 40 picked track, so you should be able to find the missing number for basketball because I know my whole is 200, I know 3 of my parts, so I need to find what's left. Well, I know 60 and 40 is 100, plus 70 is 170, so I'm going to do 200 minus 170, which of course we know is 30, so I now know 30 students like basketball. That's a review from what was done in class today. What we're going to look at now is what would this look like if instead of giving you the number of students, I gave you the percentage. So if 70 out of 200 students voted for swimming, then the percentage is what is 70 divided by 200. It's, when we turn our fraction into a percent, we divide and then multiply by 100. So we would find out 70 divided by 200 is equal to 0.35. So then if you turn that into percent, you multiply it by 100 or you move your decimal twice. I would find out that this equals 35%. So in this situation with 200 students, 70 students is equivalent to 35%. So I'll show you an example with the 60. So 60 over 200. Of course, I can't put 200 into 60 at all, so I need a decimal point. 200 goes into 600 exactly 3 times. So then I end up with 0.3 as my answer. If I move my decimal over twice, I end up with 30%. So it's exactly what I did for the swimming, I just didn't show you my work. So 60 out of 200 is equivalent to 30%. Our track then, we're going to find out, is equivalent to 20% if you take 40 over 200. So if I had not given you this 30, just like I had, and we already solved it, and you only had these percents to work with, when I had the whole numbers, I was trying to find what was left to 200 because I have 200 total students. But when dealing with percents, 100% is equal to your whole. So now I'm looking at what do I have and how close is it to 100? Well, 30 plus 20 is 50. So 50 plus 35 gives me 85%. So this time I would do 100 minus 85 because I'm looking for the missing percentage, not the number of students. Which equals 15, which means basketball is 15%. So again, my strategy is the same as class today. I'm just simply looking at percentages versus whole numbers. And you won't necessarily be asked to convert the two. I'm just converting them to show you that they are indeed the same problem. So looking at this one, I'm looking at items in my closet, and 20% of my closet is dresses, and 15% are shirts, and I don't have either, or skirts, sorry. I don't have either my number of shirts or my number of pants. So I can't add 15 and 20 and subtract from 100 because that space, that number has to be divided between 2, and I can't divide them equally because they're not the same. So what am I left with? What's my strategy? Well, you'll notice that this black line here represents half of my pie. So I know that everything on this side is equal to 50%, and everything on this side is equal to 50%, which means that 15% plus whatever my question mark is has to equal 50, and 20% plus my question mark over here has to equal 50. Sorry, that doesn't look like a question mark. So then when I look at it that way, I do have enough information to solve for both pieces, because I could take 50 minus 15, which equals 35, which means my shirts are no longer a question mark, but they are 35%. And then I have 2 options for my pants. I can either subtract 20 from 50 to figure that out, or I can add my 3 values and subtract from 100. I'm going to go ahead and go with my 50% because that seems easier right now. So 50% minus 20% leaves me with 30%, which means that is the percentage for my pants. So now looking, these should all equal 100 if I did it correctly. Well, I know 50 and 20, or not 50, 30 and 20 equals 50, and 50 plus 35 equals 85, and 85 plus 15 equals 100. So I can complete my entire pie chart with percentages. I can either do it if there's one missing value by adding and subtracting 1 from 100, or I can use knowledge of my half. If I know where my half point line is, and that's very obvious, then I can work out those percentages based on 50% rather than 100%. So tonight, what I would like you to do is looking at my pie chart here, post the correct percentage for each missing piece in my pie chart, and then if it was a survey of 300 people, figure out what number of people chose Mizzou. So this is what your favorite college team is. So you'll notice my Mizzou is question mark right now. It's blank. My K-State is blank, but I know 12% chose KU and 35% chose Illinois. So first find my 4 percentages, and then once you know this percentage for Mizzou, figure out what that percentage of 300 people would be. This isn't something we've gone over directly, but you should have the skills to figure it out or the strategies, so make your best guess. Show me your work so I can see if you aren't doing it correctly, where we're going wrong, and we'll discuss it in class tomorrow. As always, post any questions if needed.